2.5 Autumn. Poet Kalidas, translated by Professor A.W. Ryder. Poem Autumn has been personified and there are beautiful images of nature. The autumn comes a maiden fair in slenderness and grace, with nodding rice stems in her hair and lilies in her face. In flowers of grasses she is clad, and as she moves along, birds greet her with their cooing glad, like a bracelet's tinkling song. The poet says that the season autumn arrives like a slim, fair and graceful maiden. In her hair, rice stems are moving gently and lilies in her face. She is dressed in the flowers of grasses. As she moves along, birds greet her gladly with their cooing. The cooing sounds like the tinkling song of a bracelet. A diadem adorns the night of multitudinous stars. भाग 3. पाठ 9. उजाड उघडे माळ रानही. कवयित्री ललिता गादगे. या कवितेमध्ये वसंत ऋतूच्या आगमनामुळे सृष्टीच्या निसर्ग सौंदर्यात कसे कसे बदल होतात याचं मनमोहक वर्णन आहे. स्वागत करण्या वसंत ऋतूचे रंग उधळले दिशा दिशांना. बेरड कोरड इथली सृष्टी घेऊन आली ती नजराणा. ज्या वेळेला वसंत ऋतूचं आगमन होतं त्यावेळेला सगळ्या दिशांना वेगवेगळे रंग दिसायला लागतात. आत्तापर्यंत उजाड झालेली सगळी जमीन त्यातून नवे कोंब बाहेर यायला लागतात. झाडांना नवीन पालवी येते आणि सुंदर सुंदर रंगाची फुलं सगळीकडे हळूच मान काढून डोकावायला लागतात. आणि म्हणजेच वसंत ऋतूच्या स्वागतासाठी सृष्टी नटून सजून बसते. गर्द पोपटी लेऊन वसने मुरडत आली लिंबोणी. लिंबोणीच्या झाडाला पोपटी रंगाची पालवी म्हणजेच अगदी कोवळी कोवळी पानं येतात आणि त्यामुळे ती संपूर्ण पोपटी रंगांनी वेढून गेलेली दिसते. जर्द तांबडी कर्णफुलेही घालून सजली नागफणी. आणि नागफणीच्या झाडावरची गडद तांबड्या रंगाची फुलं बघून जणू काही तिनं कानामध्ये दागिने घातले आहेत असं वाटतं. लुसलुस पाने अंगोपांगी झुले वड हा दंग होऊनी. वडाच्या झाडाला सुद्धा नवीन पालवी फुटते आणि ती पानं इतकी मऊ मऊ असतात की वड त्यांच्या आनंदामध्ये अगदी मग्न होऊन गेलेला असतो. दुरंगी चुनरीत उभीही घाणेरीही नटुनी थटुनी. घाणेरीला 2 रंगाची फुलं असतात त्यामुळे तिनं 2 रंगाची ओढणीच पांघरलीये असं वाटतं. सळसळ झळझळ पिंपळ पाने मऊ मुलायम मोर मिसापरी. सांबर लाल कळ्यांनी लखडून उभे स्वागता पाणंदीवरी. पिंपळाला मऊ मऊ मोर पिसाऱ्यासारखी दाट अशी पालवी येते आणि ती वाऱ्यावर जेव्हा सळसळ सळसळ करून हलते त्यावेळेला जणू मोरांनी पिसारा फुलवलाय असं वाटतं. लाल कळ्यांनी लगडून गेलेलं सांबर पाण्याच्या काठावरती स्वागताला सज्ज झालं आहे असं वाटतं. पळस फुले ही बहरू. पाठ 6. ऐ सखी. कवि अमीर खुसरो. अमीर खुसरो अपनी पहेलियों और मुकरियों के लिए जाने जाते हैं. मुकरिया यह लोक प्रचलित पहेलियों का ही एक रूप है जिसका लक्ष्य मनोरंजन के साथ साथ बुद्धि चातुर्य की परीक्षा लेना होता है. अमीर खुसरो ने इन मुकरियों के माध्यम से अपनी विशेष शैली में पहेलियां एवं उनके उत्तर दिए हैं। इन सभी मुकरियों का उत्तर साजन होने का भ्रम होता है, पर नायिका बड़ी चतुराई से उनके उत्तर देती है। रात समय वह मेरे आवे, भोर भये वह घर उठी जावे। यह अचरज है सबसे न्यारा, ऐ सखी साजन ना सखी तारा। नायिका अपने सखी से कहती है कि रात के समय वह मेरे पास आता है, सुबह से पहले ही उठकर अपने घर चला जाता है। यह सबसे अलग प्रकार का आश्चर्य है। तो फिर My dear students of Standard 9th, Zankar Educational CDs welcomes you. Let's enjoy learning Mathematics Part 1. Chapter 1, Sets. Dear students, we know groups of different things. For example, it's a flower bouquet. It's a bunch of keys. It's a flock of birds. That means we use special word for each of the collection. Here, in all these, we can clearly list the objects of that collection. We call the collection of such objects as a set. Suppose I ask you the names of brilliant students of your class. Then what will be the answer? The student who is getting 5th rank will tell 4 names of the brilliant students because he is on the 5th place. But for a student who is on 10th place, there will be 9 brilliant students according to him. That means brilliant is a relative term. It does not have the exact meaning. And therefore, the term brilliant differs from person to person. And therefore, this collection is not a set. Have you got it? Now, I will ask you some examples and you have to decide whether it is a set or not. First 10 counting numbers. Yes, it is a set because anybody can give the same answer 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 10. Isn't it? Now, one more example. Brave children in the class. Problem. You can't decide whether this student is brave or not. So it is not an example of set. So let's define a set. If we can definitely and clearly decide the objects of a given collection, then that collection My dear friends, Zankar Educational CDs welcomes you. Let's enjoy learning Mathematics Part 2. Chapter 5, Quadrilaterals. Let's recall the types of quadrilaterals and their properties. The first one, parallelogram. A quadrilateral having both pairs of opposite sides parallel is called a parallelogram. Here, A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. AB is parallel to CD and AD is parallel to BC. Now the properties. Opposite sides and opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent. Therefore, side AB congruent side DC and side AD congruent side BC. Also, angle A congruent angle C and angle B congruent angle D. Another property, diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. So in this given parallelogram, the diagonals AC and BD intersect at point O. Therefore, AO is equal to OC and BO is equal to OD. One more property, adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. That means angle A plus angle D is equal to 180 degrees and angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degrees. So now the properties of parallelogram, adjacent angles are supplementary, opposite sides are congruent, opposite angles are congruent and diagonals bisect each other. Now the example. In a parallelogram ABCD, if angle A is 3x plus 12 degrees, angle B is 2x minus 32 degrees, then find the value of x and then find the measures of angle C and D. Solution: Science and Technology as per new syllabus. Chapter 11. Reflection of light. Light is an agent which gives us information about what is happening in our surroundings. We can enjoy various wonders of nature like the sunrise, sunset and rainbow only because there is light. Light is actually electromagnetic radiation which causes the sensation of vision. Now first we'll see mirror and types of mirrors. So what is a mirror? We need polished surfaces for reflecting light. This is because polished surfaces absorb less light and so maximum light gets reflected. In scientific language, a surface which reflects light and creates clear images is called a mirror. A mirror is a reflecting surface. First, plane mirror. Plane mirrors are used in various activities in our day-to-day life. A mirror is made by coating the back surface of a flat and smooth glass piece with a thin reflecting film of aluminium or silver. To protect this reflecting film and to make that side opaque, another coat of a substance like lead oxide is given over it. Let's first consider an image formed by a point source. Light rays travel in all directions from such a source. Several of these rays fall on the mirror, get reflected and reach our eyes. Due to reflection, they appear to be coming from a point behind the mirror and that point is the image of the point source. Light rays Chapter 9. Changing Life, Part 1. So far we have studied the period from the year 1961 to 2000. The speed of change in the 20th and the 21st centuries has been tremendous. Human life is changing rapidly. Things which we could not have even imagined earlier are now a part of reality. According to our constitution, all Indians are equal before the law and they cannot be discriminated against on the basis of religion, race, caste, gender or place of birth. All citizens have the right to freedom of speech and expression, to live and settle down anywhere on Indian territory, and to practice any occupation. These provisions in the Constitution shook the foundations of the caste system. It helped to make the practice of vocations running in the family absolute. Thus began a series of minor and major changes in the society. Now anyone can go into a restaurant irrespective of his religion, race, caste or genders. Another very significant change during the post-independence period is the right to express opinions against the government. During the pre-independence period, the institution of the family was an important identifying feature of Indian society. India was known all over the world as the country of joint family. However, the wave of globalization has now given an impetus to the system of nuclear families. Then social welfare. India is the first country in the world to establish social welfare. The social welfare programs aim to make opportunities for full-time employment, healthcare, education and development available to all Indian citizens. Indian society is riddled with large-scale economic, social, educational and cultural inequalities. However, it is necessary that opportunities for development reach women, children and the differently abled, the scheduled caste and tribes as well as other minorities. That's why on 14 June 1964, the Government of India constituted the Ministry of Social Welfare. Then scheduled caste and tribes. Chapter 7. International Date Line. Dear students, we said goodbye to the year 2016 and welcome the year 2017 on Saturday midnight. Similarly, other countries also welcome the new year. Here you can see a table showing the days and time of the welcome of the new year in different countries and cities according to the Indian Standard Time is given. So the first column is country and city, second one day and third one Indian time. So England, London, Sunday 5:30. Japan, Tokyo, Saturday 20:30. That means in the night 8:30. USA, New York, Sunday 10:30. Australia, Sydney, Saturday 18:30. That means in the evening 6:30. Now which location was the first to welcome New Year among these locations? What day was it then? Australia, Sydney was the first to welcome New Year among all. Read the following extract carefully and complete the activities. The woman was old and ragged and grey and bent with the chill of a winter's day. The streets were white with a recent snow and the woman's feet with age were slow. At the crowded crossing she waited long, jostled aside by the careless throng of human beings who passed her by, unheeding the glance of her anxious eye. A1. Say whether the following statements are true or false. The woman's feet were slow because of the snow. False. The crowd helped the old woman. False. A2. Answer the following question. Give a reason for the following. The woman's feet were slow. The woman's feet were slow because of her age. She was very old. Guess the following using references from the poem. The time. The time of the year and the निम्नलिखित पद्यांश पढ़कर सूचनाओं के अनुसार कृतियां कीजिए। कभी सीने पे रख के लेट जाते थे, कभी गोदी में लेते थे, कभी घुटनों को अपने रिहल की सूरत बनाकर नीम सजदे में पढ़ा करते थे, छूते थे जबी से वो सारा इल्म तो मिलता रहेगा आइंदा भी। मगर वो जो किताबों में मिला करते थे सूखे फूल और महके हुए रुख के, किताबें गिरने उठाने के बहाने रिश्ते बनते थे, उनका क्या होगा? वो शायद अब नहीं होंगे। कृति 1 आकलन कृति संजाल पूर्ण कीजिए। कवि किताबें यहाँ रखते थे। उत्तर कवि किताबें यहाँ रखते थे सीने पर, गोदी में, घुटनों पर, माथे से लगाकर। कृति 2 आकलन कृति पद्यांश में प्रयुक्त निम्नलिखित उर्दू शब्दों के अर्थ लिखिए। नीम सजदे आधा माथा